All right, Harden scales, Affinity versus that Bubble Hulk, Protein Hulk combo, body double, all that good stuff that Johnny likes to bring out from time to time. And Harden scales is still one of those lists that pops up and makes progress here and there. You see it rocking those top 16s, and it's a nice list. It's complicated, a little bit more where the board states, and things can get a little bit crazy when you play it. But there are multiple versions of Affinity now when you have like essentially two, this and the other one. Which even that other one is starting to get other lists like the Experimental Frenzy version. But now we're just waiting for Johnny to show up. All right, sorry guys. Real life caught up and had to answer the phone and deal with stuff like that. But as you guys got to see, sort of without commentary, we got to see the Protein Hulk combo go off there, which is a weird deck, right? It's complicated. It's all about, hey, I've got this Protein Hulk. When he dies, right, I got to search my library for a number of creature cards, total converted mana cost of 6 or less, and put them onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. So you're able to get things like the Revelart, the Body Double, things like that, Viscera Seer, and the Mog Fanatic is your kind of win con, if you will, right? So you sack Mog Fanatic, and it deals 1 damage to target creature or player, so you can be able to bring him back and just keep sacking him and keep doing it and doing it and doing and just go in a loop, right? So it is pretty powerful. But he was able to play stuff like the Footsteps of the Goryo there, which is that 3 mana sorcery that return target creature card from your graveyard to play, sack that creature at the end of the turn, which is, hey, I don't care if I sack it because the dying effects are actually beneficial with this deck. Alright, let's get things going with game 2. We can try to do our best to do some commentary, but Ancient Stirring is going to reveal good old Blinky. So that means Jeremy will lose 1 life off that Horizons canopy there. In the meantime, Johnny going to be fetching down as well. Oop, I'm going to say 17. Yeah. Watery Grave. Sleight of hand. Just getting things set up and ready. Harden Scales coming out for our Harden Scales player. Is he getting the basic? Is he going for the steam vents? Looks like he's going for the steam vents. So things can start getting crazy over on Jeremy's side with the way he's building up the potential for a lot of counters. But we do see kind of, again, that set up stage here. Faithless Looting. What are we going to be getting rid of there? What does he want to throw? He's got, looks like 2 Body Doubles in his hand, so he's going to throw 1 of those. And the Protein Hulk. Woohoo! Ooh, double Steel Overseer. That's pretty nice. Yep, there we go. Let's get the combo started, he says. I'd like to play this Footsteps of the Goryo. Let's start comboing. So he says, okay, I've got this body double here. And I can be able to make a copy of a creature in my graveyard with him. Just so happen to have a creature that I care about in my graveyard. Ooh, a Dismember. He checked to see if he had a Pact of Negation in his hand. Did not. So now it's like, okay. So I believe he had already targeted Body Double. And that's why he was waiting for confirmation on what was targeted to allow this to kind of work the way that he wants it to. So Body Double. Now things get a little bit more complicated. Let's put a bunch of counters on it, he says. Okay, he says, let's go to game number 2. Things didn't work out in my favor. What can I make happen when we're going to game number 3? Game 2 was a bust. There's still one more. And that's also why a deck like this runs things like Pact of Negation as a way to kind of slow things down. But now, Jeremy double checks his board and goes, okay, do I have anything else in here that will help me? Alright, but that was a good way to show off how the Harden scales can just get really big really fast with both those steel overseers. They're just like, oh, hey, we put one counter, but now we put two, and there's two of us here, so let's just like pump the team super fast. Serum Visions. Let's try to set things up. Fetch, shock, down to 17. Not 4. He's down to 17. Come on now. Oh, back to negation. It's going to put a stop to that. Oh, gosh. Alright, Jeremy gets it. Sometimes that's how it goes with a combo deck like that. Sometimes it just falls on its face, and sometimes it does really well. We got to see it go off in game 1, and then just sort of try to get there game 2 and 3. Just not quite. If it had the protection in game number 2 there, would have been good. Packs are such fun cards. They are. I agree. So that was game number 3, or round 3, I guess. So make sure you're following, subscribing, all that good stuff. Again, we're just going to be flying through the best we can tonight because there's a lot of coverage, and we're going to see how much we can get done. But, you know, no guarantees if we'll get through it all tonight. But let's continue on, guys. We've got a few more to go.